What's up guys, Big Joe here, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys 10 different forearm exercises. So forearms don't get as much love as typically as like your biceps and triceps, so today we're going to cover 10 different exercises to add to your regimen whenever you guys are doing arms, just because those forearms are just as much of a part of your arms training as any other muscle group, okay? So if you guys like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go, go, go.
Let's go.
So a couple different notes you guys want to keep in mind when training your forearms is, number one, they respond better to... A couple things to keep in mind while you guys are training your forearms is, number one, they respond better to higher volumes. So think of your calves, just how you guys can load up those suckers with higher repetitions and higher weights. Don't be afraid to do the same thing with your forearms. So number one, higher volume. You guys could accumulate higher repetitions, something like 15, all the way up to even like 30 repetitions, not crazy to do for your forearms. Secondly is weight. So just like the calf muscles, they respond good to weight, so don't be afraid to load up them in a higher or heavier fashion. Lastly is training different planes of your forearms. So the forearm and the wrist, you see, literally rotates into 360. All those are different flexions, so just making sure that we're just not doing this up and down, but even going back and forth. So trying to work the forearms in different planes as well there. So those are three things just to keep in mind for your forearm training. And let's jump into those 10 exercises that you guys can toss into your next arm day for your forearms. Let's do it. So exercise number one is a wrist curl in the neutral position. So that's gonna look just like this. Weight's gonna be out by your sides. And curling them up and down. So making sure each time we're flexing as high as we can and then rolling back down. So that's exercise number one, a neutral grip wrist curl. Exercise number two is a bench wrist curl, okay? So different little bit of a position with our wrist. So we're gonna have it again in that neutral position, but instead of curling, we're gonna go up and down. We're gonna squeeze up and then back down. So exercise number two, wrist curl on a bench in a neutral grip position. Exercise number three, I like to do for holding for amounts of time as opposed to repetitions here, okay? So ideally, you'd be using like a hexagonal dumbbell. You guys are gonna grip the top of them and you statically hold anywhere between 30 seconds to about a minute. So just a static hold, making sure we're pinching down onto the weights and holding that position. So that's exercise number three, an eagle claw static grip. Exercise number four is going to be done with your body weight. It's a very subtle wrist curl with a pull-up bar, okay? So we're gonna be in a dead hang position. And from there, just focusing on flexing your knuckles up, squeezing that forearm, and then back down. So from a hanging position, come up, squeeze, rotate those knuckles up and down. Exercise number five is a classic exercise. I'm sure you've done it before, is a farmer's carry. So I like to personally use kettlebells just because the way that the weight hangs down and you're not hitting yourself with those dumbbells. So farmer's carry, similar to the eagle claw isometric hold, you guys could either hold for static amounts of time or walking and covering distance. So you guys feel free to mix and match both of those. That's super basic. Just hands out by your side. If we are walking, just make sure the weights are not swinging either direction, okay? So number five, farmer's carry. Exercise number six is a reverse grip barbell curl. So grabbing the bar with your palms facing you, tucking those elbows in. We're gonna bring it up and back down. So killing two birds with one stone here, training those biceps as well as those forearms. So that's exercise number six, is a reverse grip barbell curl. Exercise number seven are dumbbell around the world. So similar to some of the other exercises, Make sure you guys are maybe doing this for time. With this, you guys are gonna go in one direction, so clockwise. Something like 30 seconds in one direction, and then going 30 seconds in the opposite direction. So exercise number 7 is dumbbell around the world. Exercise number 8 is going to involve kettlebells again, and they're called cannonball curls, all right? So the goal of this exercise is to curl and have the kettlebell directly out in front without having it slouch down like that, okay? That way those forearms are staying active. You guys could go alternating arms or just go one at a time. So exercise number 8, cannonball curl. Exercise number 9, you guys are going to need an attachment of a band here, is behind the back banded wrist curl. So simply attach a band. So the color, there's different weights that you guys could have for the band, so make sure it's something appropriate for you guys to curl. So putting the bar back behind us, and we're curling up back behind our backs. I like this exercise, especially because the band is basically going to be creating constant tension and not just letting gravity take that bar right out of your hand, but making sure that we're working with the eccentric and the concentric component of this forearm wrist curl. So exercise number 9 is a banded behind the back wrist curl. And finally, exercise number 10 here is just going to be a dead hang. Dead hang is exactly what it sounds like. You guys are just going to be hanging for a set amount of time. So once again, anywhere between 30 seconds to about a minute here, okay? So in the dead hang position, your feet are going to be ideally off the ground from here, just hanging, letting gravity do its thing. So forearm exercise number 10, dead hang from the pull-up bar. Well, there you guys have it. There's 10 different exercises you guys can sprinkle into your arms day training. Don't forget to keep training them just because they are an important component to your overall fitness and muscular development. So make sure you guys are actually training those forearms, sprinkling that work in throughout your arm training or some other time throughout the week there too, okay? So don't neglect those forearms. I'll see you next time, and peace.